no box coming at you, round one.
Sprinter, just over 140 miles per hour. 501
Yeah, we had a good night. Good night. Looks like we're still qualifying. There's no time on the blocks. Still qualifying. Last session.
And Mike Lake is through to a 592 at 116.
I thought there was a light on there, but I don't see one. Gasser's coming around the corner. Gasser's coming around the corner.
Everything from Rolling Style, Williams, 255 Chevrolet. You've got Pontiacs, you've got Chevys, you've got Fords in there. Dodge, this is much more. The True North gases are coming up next.
Single A and double A gassers on the property this weekend. The 25th annual Canadian Nationals.
First thing around, Jim Dragster, 55 Chevrolet.
Yes, I believe it's a 32 car field. Near lane, man, it's just super cool, super cool. Once again, single A and double A gassers on the property. Looks like that thing's showing quarter-mile time for some reason or another.
5 during the run lane for the Chevy medal.
Once again, mid-70s here, crystal clear skies. Sun is beating down on the racetrack. We'll get a track tip in just a minute. Oh, we don't see many Fords. Look at that thing.
Thanks to the side of the track. Hey, Jay, we'll get down to catch up with you later. We're going to go into round number 1 of our bracket classes. Don't forget, we've got qualifying sessions coming up at 2 p.m. this afternoon, starting with top sportsman and top dragster. So that'll be coming up at 2 o'clock. We've got lots more exciting action. We're going to have mics. We're going to have sleds, the quick sled, and action here coming up at 2 p.m. But we're going to get underway with our bracket cars now. This is the no-box class. It could be a combination of modified cars and sportsman cars, street-class cars, but they are not allowed to use delay boxes in this class. We'll touch up the starting line area. Dusting of glue down on the racetrack for the first 60 feet or so. Now we'll be set to go. So the cars all have selected diamonds. Will be a handicap head start on a sportsman street. So you'll see the slower cars get head start over the quicker cars. It's still 8-mile races.
Alrighty, this should help with a wind light. Oops, wrong one. What's up, Con? Super Dave? Who's carrying the number 1 crown? I see number 2, number 3, no number 1. Once again, this is the first round of eliminations. First round of eliminations. Pro show hits the racetrack at 2 p.m., 2 p.m.-ish. tip 102 both lanes, 102. Colin says it's 70 degrees, 61%. DA 1722, 1722 on YouTube. This one means something, boys and girls. 2 down, 1 back, 2 down, 1 back. Right lane, right lane, right lane. Yep.
You're in the smoke zone.
Yeah, it's all good.
The bar is open at the north end of the grandstand and on the very south of the grandstand.
I didn't know anything about a bar. How did I miss that?
Well, we're going to take a look at the racetrack.
All right, looking at the racetrack. Hang tight.
So again, the beer garden is open. We've got lots of options. We've got a food court area for looking to grab some lunch. Might be our main food concession stand is open, of course. Delicious hot food as well as cold drinks. They also have ice cream. They have snow cones. They have mini donuts, all available over the main food booth. And the lemonade smash booth is open thanks to Gary Cricket for the drink. Well, the good news is everything checks out the top, and that means that we don't
All right, looks like the racetrack's going to check out on top here. Once again, went round one of no box, round one of no box. There are a few cars, probably won't come out this afternoon, but I'm pretty sure they're coming out tonight. Super Dave's number 2, Con number 3. Who's number 1? I gotta see. Jeff's number 1. Red light, right lane, red light, right lane. Daily driver in the vet, Monte Carlo 14. Racing Demon showing up strong in first round. Right lane, left lane. Check out the far lane. Short wheelbase car. Red light. Plymouth versus IROC. Wow, that was a big red light. Holy cow. Another guy was like way late. Left lane for the win, left lane. Another red light in the left lane. Look at that old Falcon. Patina look. Looks good. I like it. Nova moving on. Right lane. Got a bike and no box. Bike and no box. Not sure how I feel about that. How do you feel about it? Dead three near lane. Another car bike combination. Dead three near lane. Good run. Good package. Yeah, we got people rolling in slowly but surely. I didn't even see the red light in the far lane, did you? Little altered coming to the machine. If I had a race car, I'd build an altered. That's what I'd start with. left lane, left lane, left lane. Red lights are running rampant today. Red light in the left lane. Red light in the left lane. Left lane, red by a ton, red by a ton. Man. Red light, right lane. Hey, we finally had us a drag race. Finally had us a drag race. Right lane for the win, right lane. Good looking Mustang, I like the stance. too quick. Snowmobile's too quick. It's not Larry Dixon's car, it's $12,500 to ride. Yeah, I didn't know we were so close to Toronto's red light district. Break out left lane, break out left lane, 3,000. Yeah, I'm on the same page, Con. Red is dead. Right lane, red is dead. I like that S10. That's one of my favorite trucks here. looking car coming up next near lane. Old Mopar. Check this baby out. Yeah, it looks like he goes down to lights out and runs 6.0 along. Good looking Super B.
7.6 on 588 down. And again, we'll take our bike and sled to the staging lanes for round number 1. Bike and sled to the staging lanes for round 1.
You have shirt?
I did. Hold on one second.
CT class, round number 1, potential buy run. The box is going for 3x36. 3x36 is the potential buy run for box. Right now, they take bike and sled, bike sled, to lanes 3 and 4, please. Selected for the high run here in round number 1 due to the auto.
Back car, back car. Yeah, he needs a Pro Monitor sticker on it.
A 648 on the buy run.
All right, waiting on Junior Dragsters. Waiting on Junior Dragsters. Thanks for watching. Thanks for everybody who believes in a Pro Monitor. Appreciate Bears Performance up here in Canada for coming on for the weekend. They always help us out when we go to some top sportsman and big tire events in Canada. So thanks again to Bears Performance. Thanks again to quarterbacks, Southern Diamond Company, Scriber Welding, Travis Mills Foundation, Smokey's Garage, big sponsor here. Hickory Enclosed Trailer, Santos Motorsports, gonna try to knock the scoreboard down again. Of course, American Pride, DY Concrete Pumps, Churchview Farms, WO3 LLC, Greenbrier Excavating and Paving. Good luck to the whole team over at PDRA. The Skinny Me America. Use it. It'll change your life. And everybody on the bottom row makes a difference as well. Junior dragsters coming up. Juniors. Dead 7 right lane. These kids are playing today. Good job. To sit there. Looks like Paige has the 5. Nope, car parlay. Dad, don't know what's going on with that thing. Crazy thing. this in the most loving way. That last camera must be my flow camera. Yeah, Mrs. NC had some trouble with her audio yesterday. Had to log in and out, and they wasn't fixing it. Big field of junior dragsters here. Big field. Good to see. I didn't really say that out loud. Too quick over there in the left lane, a little too quick. Still coming around the corner. Sled's getting lined up. Red light in the left lane. Sure didn't look like that one with the Super B car.
there are reserved seating available in the grandstand if you want to.
Reserve seat for $25 for a reserve seat will secure your spot for the day. To get your reserve seat, walk over to the February shop or souvenir booth. That says you want to get a reserve seat. That would put you right in the south side grandstand, the front side of the racetrack. Right up front, closest to the door. So the reserve seat area. Lots of seats available in that area. We've got our first day show coming up at 2 o'clock this afternoon. That's less than an hour away from now. We're going to be seeing qualifying in top dragster and top sportsman, from modifying, heads up bike, as well as Vermont and outlaw sled.
On site today, NC Pro Modder on the house. I'm telling you, it's his first time up here at Grand Bend Motorplex, and we're happy to have him up here. Thanks for coming, brother. Hey, turn around so all my followers can see you. Once again, Tenacious 1949 on the tube. Canadian content creator. Sleds and bikes, sleds and bikes. Shirts left. That is now a collector's item. As I told you yesterday, Jeff. There should be 3 of those shirts in the United States. I got one, Jeff has one, and a buddy of mine, Patrick, has one. Look at the old school Honda, man. Wow. Left lane for the win. The Honda Neller looks over and he breaks out. Unbelievable. Turn that head. Old Honda don't look over. Breaks out by 18. Break out, right lane, break out, right lane, left lane winning. Yeah, we're cutting them off.
We're already down there.
And we're going to have to hold them up. We got a vehicle stopped on the racetrack.
I'll give anybody, a YouTuber, any content creator, a shout out. I'm not in competition with anyone. I'm just doing my own thing. Everybody offers something different, and there's plenty of market share on YouTube, Facebook, God knows whatever else all these young kids are on. Thanks to Tenacious for coming by. I watched some of his stuff when he's at St. Thomas on the tube. Now that I have premium YouTube and I can watch commercial free, I watch it a lot.
I'm guessing it's probably in Washington, might be pulled over to the wall. That lets us know that he has lost power. We hold up the race.
The racing, we go down and says the racer. So we'll see what comes up with Ian Washington before we get back into racing with our next pair. Don't forget Shirley Muldowney is out in the pit area right now signing autographs. She's at the Power Garage tent. The former Top Fuel World Champion. Joining us here this weekend to be part of the WDRA Canadian Nationals. Welcome back, Shirley. Really had raced here over the years. She was with us here a few years ago as well.
Alrighty, looks like the track's about clear. Once again, thanks to all our coverage partners for getting here. Event number 33 going strong. Pick us up. More behind the scenes next weekend at Milan Dorado Dragway, IHRA. Another breakout in the right lane. Another breakout in the right lane.
Go 962 with the win.
Breakout, right lane, breakout, right lane. Bikes and sleds, round one, bikes and sleds. Rockstar, moving on. Rockstar sled, moving on. Motorcycle slipped the clutch too much. Well, at least we didn't see three in a row on that one. Sled didn't break out. Not sure if he looked over or not. Left lane with a massacre on the tree. guess he didn't break out. That guy's making a statement right there. Helmet, gloves. Break out, left lane, dead free, right lane. Break out left, dead free, right. Boy, that was a good one. Dead 8 beats dead 6. That was the best race we've seen yet.
Buyback for junior dragsters as opposed to a consummate.
Oh man, it's too bad about Billy. I couldn't believe he showed up in a Chevrolet though. I thought he was a Ford guy, true and true.
Back in for round number 2.
Does anybody know why Tony Wilson didn't make the call first round Pro Nitrous?
97 junior. Will be the second parent for round 2 of junior dragsters. First round junior dragsters. You're back on the for the rest of the day. remind everyone that we do have a booth set up over in the food court area. It's for audible ear protection. So it doesn't drop over and see what you're all about. They can give you some tips and advice on how to protect your ears when we get into the real loud stuff and racing. Audible ear protection booth is set up over the food court area. And don't forget to tune in to Track 2. We are broadcasting live on Track 2. We are streaming live on Detroit Sports right now. And the Track 2 is a simple download. You can download it onto your cell phone, a free app, and that will entitle you to be able to listen to the PA system here at the track all the time, whether you're in the pit area, whether you're in Grand Bend, downtown, or whatever, take your cell phone, and you'll be able to hear the broadcast system with that free app. Go to your app store, download Track 2, and tap on the Grand Bend Motorplex.
No box coming up. Yeah, 2 p.m. Should be just real close to being on time. Dragster with a 1.5 second light. Ain't no good, no bueno. Cannonball in the far lane, cannonball. The Opal. Gotta love an Opal. Opals were made for drag racing. Somebody said that earlier and I don't like it. Deuce, one of the best looking cars here in my opinion. Now what do you think? Double breakout. Left lane by 2's out, right lane by 3. Left lane moving on. Dead four for the dragster, ran him down like it was nothing. He's got a box. Pro Boost count at PDRA. All right, shutting them down.
504 for
Attention, please. This is first call for Tom Dragster. Tom Dragster. Leads 1-2 Tom. Red light for Mike Cooper advantage in movements, 5-6. We see George
Dragster. Moving on.
Stops odds at 665 and 64 down to
All right, looks like we're going to be on break for about 10 or 15 minutes. There's 0 cars in the lanes. I'm going to take a wee-wee. I'll be right back.
folks, the food concession just doing some stuff for the TV end of it. Shirley Baldowney is in the kid area right now signing autographs.
All right, we're having a great day here at Grand Bend Motorplex, the Canadian Nationals, and everyone that's here, you talented, and they're all a trip everyone. We love having everybody from all over Michigan, Ontario, and Quincy, New York, and all kinds of regions. racers from Ohio, Michigan, all points in Ontario and beyond. We've got some great jets. And I can't wait to see Russ's jet truck, that Hellfire. That's going to play later on and burn everybody down. It's going to be great. So right now we're doing a little track prep. And we get top sportsman in the lanes and the 2 clubs for top dragster. Yes, top sportsman is lanes 3 and 4, but dragster in lanes 1 and 2, please. Canadian Nationals here this weekend. We just ordered some great weather for you if you're enjoying it. Not too hot, not too cold. We can use a little breeze. We're working on that. But track's in excellent condition. We've got a 4-wheel race cars for you here. And it's going to be a hard burning here at 10. And 100 seats. As mentioned, they'll be in there taking on their care of business. That lady deserves all the praise you can imagine. The toughness that she went through. And fantastic to have shown down here with us at Grand Bend Motorplex. And hang on for 10 minutes as we do a little bit of track prep. And we'll start running the big guns, starting with top sportsman and top dragster. Forget Shirley Maloney, the green Kawasaki tent. You can see just very close to the 52-52 tent there, and Shirley is available for autograph session. As we roll in top dragster, the lanes 1 and 2 now, please. We don't have much to do on the track. We'll get everybody going in top dragster. And then we will do some qualifying. This will be their second qualifier today. And they have qualifying on the ladder. The faster they are, the more to the top of the ladder they will go. Which ends up being more points and more ability to win more money. So they want to try to do as fast as they possibly can. So that when they go to the competition later on, they will see their names on the ladder and they'll go to the race based on qualifying. So we've got a big show here today. We've got nitro 20 cars, jets, top fuel dragsters, ejected fuel dragsters, nostalgic gassers, promo lights, outlaw sleds, the whole job. Right here at the Canadian Nationals here at Grand Bend Motorplex. Stay tuned, we are just getting started. dragsters competing for 8 spots, so how qualifying, how important that is to the race. So they are going to try their very best, get down the track there as fast as possible so they can make more money if they're going to make sure we're here at Grand Bend Motorplex. And that is the importance of qualifying. As we can see, they're starting to roll in now. By the time we've got everybody in the lanes here, we'll be ready to go with our second qualifying round with top dragster and top sportsman. Top dragster, lanes 1 and 2, top sportsman, lanes 3 and 4, please.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? We're trying something different here. Echoing. How is it? Is it not working? I don't know. Test.
Well, the qualifying session and of course the racing that will follow coming up tomorrow.
Larry, I'm excited. Haven't missed one in the 25 years. It's a go-to. I always come to this one. It's a big show and it's well worth coming. We're happy that everyone's here, and tell your friends, it's not too late to get them over here and watch this wicked show. It's always been fantastic. This year's going to be even better. I'm excited.
And we'll lead things off with our top dragster category. This is the second time for these drivers down the track. They have one qualifying session.
Dragster. Only 2 minutes and 19 seconds behind schedule. Great job, great job. Chat's mighty quiet on YouTube. Anybody there? Where's the #1 guy? Second session, top dragster. That doesn't make any sense.
When something breaks on a car, if we break a rear end, like putting a pinion, or break an axle, the car would appear to misbehave in any way. It just seemed to go into tire shaking. Maybe Nick was just being cautious and decided to pull it over just to have the car checked over before he comes up for the next run. We do have more qualifying, of course, coming up now. We've got another qualifying session coming up at 5 o'clock this afternoon. So Kevin will have an opportunity to improve his qualifying at that time.
And also, Kevin, sometimes when they get in the tire shape, it knocks the kill switch. And it could be something as easy as kill switch and you can't start it, you can't do anything. Only you can do which is the right thing to do, which was pull over as soon as he couldn't get out of the line of fire, just in case something was leaking. He didn't want that on the racing surface. So, good job by Kevin.
So Kevin's cars until now, we'll get it off the restaurant, we'll get that back, and we're going to check things over. And next we are coming up will be Brooklyn Oaks in tonight. Brooklyn Oaks, of course, has had a great year of racing. She's the daughter of former funny car champion Paul Oaks. Paul is out debuting yet with the 67 Chevy 2 funny car. Brooklyn came up to the junior dragster. Now he's riding this full-size dragster. Not only driving a car, but winning race. We saw that up at your home track development. Toronto Motorsports Park. She went back-to-back races up there.
She was on fire. She couldn't do anything wrong. Probably some of her competitors actually intimidated her. She's a sweet young lady, and certainly is a super nice gal. She's sort of here in the shed of practice.
This is qualifying session number 2, Top Dragster, Top Sportsman Pro Mod, Outlaw Sled. Their eliminations will not begin till tomorrow, mid-morning tomorrow. Eliminations for some of the box and no box, bike and sled and junior dragsters has begun, but this is just qualifying runs.
So the race car.
The wounded race car, I believe, is towed off the racetrack now. Just waiting for the word to fire them up once again. We'll continue on with this second Top Dragster qualifying session. Don't forget, we are running 8th mile. We're going to see Brooklyn Oaks and Tim Knight. You've got a little bit more insight into Tim Knight as well, Bill. You get to see him racing a little bit more.
Yeah, we see Tim Knight on a regular basis. And they've been slowly getting better. They've been competing for a very long time. This is the fastest car they've ever had. And he's got that faster. We don't call him Brand TV because they go for the top line on. He's got to go. And we got out of the wall.
Supercharged dragster coming up. Top Dragster Q2. Top Dragster Q2. 2 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock today. 425. Qualifying today. Only qualifying. Left lane goes to the top of the sheet. Left lane goes to the top of the sheet.
All right, now we're rolling into another bunch of crowd favorites, the top sportsman category. You could call them junior pro modifieds. I've heard all kinds of different names for these machines, but these machines are really hard to handle. They go really fast. They're lane changes, whatever you want to call them. They are super excited, and I'm glad they're here.
And you know, one car is rolling up the staging lane now, ladies and gentlemen, a car that we were just introduced to.
All right, the deuce is back. 55 far lane Pro Charger, blow through. Several guys from top coming over because not a full field of top sportsmen. good driving.
Almost close to that wall, but then he had his foot to the floor. He wasn't giving up. Great job by Mike Wag.
Miss Sandy says, hey, Dad.
Which made it effectively something that allows but they're solidly qualified into the field. We're going to change gears here a little bit as we are going into some equipment versus motorcycles.
Alrighty, that's it in the top sportsman. Look like around an 8-car field.
Have everyone out in the starting line area. Don't run out there. You're coming back. Anyone out in the starting line area that is not a track official or a troop member, you need to get back down. So again, we're asking for everyone's cooperation, please, to get back behind the guardrail. As we get set for another half class competition. So all the hands are safety, whatever any parts flying out, the cars and bikes, and hitting spectators there, so keep them safe. All right, we're going to bring up our heads-up bike class. So pretty much anything goes in this class. It is a heads-up class.
All right, heads up bikes, heads up bikes. We got some big ones coming around the corner, big ones coming around the corner.
Bikes do run a full 4 line. You'll see a combination of bar bikes, no bar bikes. You'll see something with the turbocharged. First bike we see rolling out is John Snyder. John Snyder runs for G-Force Racing. He'll be running in one they call Superman Booster. And in the right lane, Randy Holt. Randy Holt has been running in Kawasaki for many years. He will be in the right lane with his stretched wheelbase. Kawasaki.
Alrighty, heads up bikes coming at you, heads up bikes. Our buddy Mr. Murray right here out of Canada Heads Up Series beside us. Always takes good care of the Pro Motor. Once again, quarter mile class, quarter mile class. Problems both sides. Problems both sides. Six 97 202 far lane. That thing was trucking. All right, track prep underway. Pro Modified must be coming around the corner. Pro Modified coming around the corner.
No, they are.
That's my friend that we get. I think it's
I don't know. It's got it cranked up pretty I think he's good.
Gotta be considered one of the three here, and I'm looking for him to go to the top of the leaderboard for sure. That 69 Camaro. Last race, runner-up with Big Sal in the Chevy 5500 Mustang. Sneaking up on things, there's no problem that they were going on they're the ropes getting together and they go faster and faster each year. So I expect the great fireworks at Grand Bend Motorplex here today.
And we take some notes from yesterday's test session where we saw James Santos established a track record from modifying 3622 to 28 miles per hour. That record that he established yesterday, he's the hard
Used to be we see a lot of the robot teams go out and check the track. They've got a device where they can put it on the track and crank the front wrench to see how much brake weight it is. And from there they gather up some numbers and develop how much traction is available to them. They may make the last minute adjustments.
You see sometimes the tuners in the staging things turns a little bit to balance more less power, and then like you said, Bill, on the traction available.
Alrighty, boys and girls, Pro Modified to the ready line. Pro Modified to the ready line. Yeah, DA went up a little bit, eh?
There'll be another session of lead for Pro.
There you go, pretty similar to what Colin's showing.
Must be fun to set that up, eh?
It was a lot easier when I did this one. Yeah, it takes about an hour.
We've got everything you need to have a great time here this weekend at Grand Bend Motorplex.
No, it's the covered end, that's the screen while you're doing it.
Yeah, well, that's like what everything goes to and sends it out. But yeah, I use it as a monitor because I can't see that little thing. I'm old.
Hey, I'm 50 and I can't read the signs. 52.
Yeah, I can't read it unless I zoom on that song. Alrighty, Pro Modified coming up. Let's see if did a little track prep this time. Let's see if everybody can make the trip.
I feel it. So that's 10:45 pickup on Tuesday, right?
Yeah, they didn't have 11 or 10:45 or 11:50.
Yeah, we're live on TV here on the tower, and we're going to be broadcasting all over the world. And I'm going to have everybody on board watching the action here at Grand Bend Motorplex, the 25th annual Eliminations here at Grand Bend Motorplex. Every single one. And it's a joy to be here. Right, my good friend Larry Sancho will be announcing today. And action is excitement. Right now, with us.
I feel like that's some of the problem last night. Those guys sat in the staging lanes about 45 minutes while we had that EMS emergency, and the air got like 350, 400 foot better. So I do believe that made a little bit of difference. The low down Corvette over there in the far lane. Let's see who's coming around near lane.
Pro Modified gets you excited. Another Bill, you know, you see cars just to see highest horsepower door car in the world.
Yep.
Nowadays, they use different applications. There's different types of Pro Modified cars. Traditional two-type motor cars. Other ones with full chargers and turbos and opportunities to travel around the range. Just saw a great selection of cars down there. It's always exciting to see these cars come out and see which cars are able to get down the track and who can come out and lay down a number. I'll tell you, James Sanders certainly did not have any problem yesterday as he came out and established a new track record here at Grand Bend Motorplex at 316.
Yeah, pretty good set of announcers here. I don't have to do a lot of talking, so thank you very much to the guys in the tower relaying some very informative information.
Nobody wants to race the number one qualifier in round number one. So let's see what their strategy.
Yeah, I think this would be what they would consider race day conditions. They're going to race in this kind of environment, the heat of the day, so they're going to set it up to make sure first of all, they can get from A to B, but this is going to be what they'll call the race day combination, which is a little bit easier on the launch, but not too much because the competitor in the other lane, he's got a lot of juice too, so it's a bit of a game. These cars are all different, as Larry mentioned, turbos, screw-driven superchargers, all co-chargers, and it's amazing how the different cars can actually end up being so close together.
Ladder, do we? I don't know. I'll check my way back. Probably not.
Sit on that struggle bus for a couple more weeks and then that's it.
I would imagine later on tonight, like say the 8 o'clock show, when things are a little cooler, the air might be a little bit cooler, track a little cooler, I think that's when they're going to step it up and go for the moon, see what they, all out, see what they can do. For now, this is, I'm guessing, I'm no pro mod racer, but the race day combination is where they're at right now.
Well, if you follow the weather closely, it looks like the conditions tomorrow will be similar to today, so that's good. If anything, it might be 2 degrees warmer. So they can adjust for that too. But we certainly don't have to deal with wind, we don't have to deal with any drastically changing weather conditions. I mean, we'll be checking the barometric pressure, and they'll be checking the water throttle, the air, and all this to find the tune-up to put in for this session. And we'll see how close this is. They've got their initial reading the track conditions. I believe the track can take quite a bit. things are nice.
And none of it's their first rodeo, so these guys and gals have been doing this for a while. They know what to do to set them up. And I'm excited. I think we're going to see some great runs here. We've got a great field. And boy, we've got a nice selection of pro modifieds. As Larry said,
here we go, finally coming around the corner. Nitrous car near side. Nitrous car near side. Below a car, far lane. Pick one to ride. Pick one to ride.
Rolling out now. The team is elected to push the car with a solid metal rod there. Some teams pull their cars and 6 of one, half dozen the other. This one has got a giant big block on nitrous. It's a bottle baby. He's spraying it. Let's see how they do. 8-mile action in Pro Modified. As most modified racers all over are now 8-mile.
And running in left lane, it's going to be Austin Vandergeld at the wheel of the beautiful Chevy Corvette running out of Lowdown Hot Rod.
Yeah, both of them slow down low trying to make the trip. Tracks, greasies can be. Big Sal in the G4 screw-blown Mustang near lane. Tony Pazzelli over there in the far lane, the Desserts Plus machine. Nash competition. That's basically similar to a 10.5 car, super street car over there in the far lane. Just making some laps, helping out the show.
Big Sal.
Marked up left very well. They get a 9:59.
I'm seeing it in the
Series. And boy, he's got a knife to a gunfight. These two 69 Camaros not be at the forefront of competition here this weekend. Your march line, Chase Santos, a current record holder here at this track.
And not only this track, but many of the others that they've been to. This machine has the best of the best, and the crew guys know how to tune it. And I wouldn't expect the fastest unless he gets into trouble.
Alrighty, Santos in the far lane.
That orange Camaro.
Sam coming at you near lane in a Wolf racing machine. Sam.
Although the Andriachi team has something to say about that.
Santos doing what he can do. 63.7, real close to backing up his track record yesterday. Steve Boardman near lane. Firebird far lane. Ran 62.7 yesterday, 62.7.
qualifying.
Alrighty, let's see what's next. We may be taking a little break for about an hour or so. Come back and catch you for some of the next one. Let's see what's going on.
What's going on, buddy?
Sleds coming up next for their qualifier. This is their second qualifying session. Again, similar to the explore well only things here. They have the rules, of course. Again, we're looking for gassers. We call level A gassers to lanes 1 and 2, and true north gassers to lanes 3 and 4. Second call for level A gassers 1 and 2, true north gassers lanes 3 and 4 now, please.
Interesting combinations of sleds here. Turbocharged, couple are turbocharged. They mix it in. Very exciting launch. Here we go.
They do actually
More snowmobiles. Outlaw snowmobiles, probably.
And for Rick Julie on the left lane, 472 at 156 miles per hour. 522 right lane for David Marshall. As I said, there's going to be a park on the racetrack. We'll pull them up here on the second line.
All right, we got to charge the phone and time slip out. So run it off. It won't charge and do its thing at the same time. So let time slip out for a while. We'll finish up snowmobiles. I'm going to take a break. I could possibly need an adult beverage, but I can't say that out loud. Oh, I did. Then we'll pick up Q2 for an hour or two. Then we'll take a break. Then we'll pick up Q3 under the lights. Jet cars. Jet trucks.
So again, the gases have been full to the station lanes, double A gases to lanes 1 and 2.
Yeah, scratch the brake. We got to get the double A cars. Those are absolutely awesome. So the old man's going to have to suffer through it.
Initially went up there with the intention of picking up a
I will say one thing I enjoy here. I see a lot of people wearing T-shirts. They got the Winter Series, the Snowbirds, World Series of Pro Mod. A bunch of them were at Toronto Motorsports Park 2 weeks ago to see the Street Outlaws, all kinds of Street Outlaw gears. And even a few wearing some Pro Modder gear. So pretty good time here. So again, thanks to everybody at Grand Bend for treating us like a king. Way better than we should be. I don't know if I want any parts of a snowmobile. It's going to run 440. Double A gasser's getting called, so Pro Motor Vision's going to go strong. Very sunny here. The scoreboards are hard to see.
pretty
490 left, 492 right. Next pair of mad men and mad women coming at you.
We've got sportsman. We've got speak to all the drivers. They love to talk about their rides and what they're doing and what they're up to and where they're going next. So, don't be shy. Make sure you find your favorite machine.
I thought he was 592 in the right lane, 592, 598 left lane.
Show them some support as well.
Camera operator's got a fast, or computer operator's got a fast finger. Definitely does sound like a two-stroke.
Noticeable difference now. Box them right down. Look at these exhibition bikes coming up here. Now these look pretty serious. Larry, what can you tell us about these machines?
mentioned earlier when Randy was running in the heads-up bike category that he is an experienced.
All right, got some exhibition bikes coming up. Exhibition bikes.
He has ridden his bike before.
A lot of AA gassers are coming around the corner. AA gassers coming around the corner.
Where's his bike at? It's over here originally. Oh, really? Used to be Jeff Paul. You don't want to work it, They ran down the speed for years. The guy Jeff Valentine for years. He got over to what's it run on? What type of fuel? Alcohol? Okay, I see.
Dang, that was a pretty good drag race. I was Super Dave, but it got AA gassers coming. They had the exhibition bikes. I can't short all my watchers just because I've got to pee and I'm thirsty.
Now Randy was really fighting that machine good on. He's a pro rider. I wouldn't expect anything less from the hosts, long-time bike maintainers.
And you know what, folks, we're going to change gears completely. We're going to move away from the bikes to the gassers now, getting the mobile side. And now you're ready to the gassers from the AA gassers. We'll be checking out, you'll see everything here from Henry James to Anglias, Willie's Coops, 55 and much more. Even a monoline van on gas class.
Now a lot of these guys in the nostalgia ranks, they won the race, and the quartermile act of these cars, as you can see, they are aerodynamically challenged, to say the least. So To be safe and to put on a great show, they all go 8 miles. The double A gassers means they're supercharged, and they put on a great show. John and Aaron Reed and Jar 33 Willis, I would expect them to be probably...
Gotta love gassers. They got their wives, their girlfriends, significant others dressed up beautifully, playing the role. Double A gassers coming up. Good job to the ladies backing up their drivers.
Yeah, that was a great job. Yeah, so 20-year-old dragster in the mid-60s. Quite often, the match races, the headline bookings would be double A gassers, and they traveled all over.
Not one, but two. The Punisher near lane. Yes, they're very good, entertaining cars. We got the Southeast Gassers near us. I'm going to have to go to one of those races. They get 75 or 80 cars there. Sega, Southeast Gassers Association.
This will be the leader in the pack. Coming up here now, my opinion, is John and Aaron Green, 33.
All right, the bar racing machine record holder. We watched it set. We filmed it setting a record twice. Probably not going to happen right now, but it's a cool car. Was in the mid-80s at TNT. Father, crew guy, is stuck on a racetrack. Hopefully he's all right. The best part, owner or crew member got a Pro Motor shirt on. Well, that's the end of it. Now I'm going to take my break. I'll be back here before 5 o'clock, before the next round of pro sessions. Pro Motor standing by, making drag racing greater, live and free. That's what we do. Thanks everybody on top, bottom, side, middle. You got me covered.